So we've talked about what diabetes actually is,
Yes.
its most common forms, how we see it, how we used to treat it, what you can expect test-wise and complication-wise. One thing we erred to miss on that was type 2 diabetics have a massively increased chance of having a heart attack.
Correct.
So if you have hypertension and type 2 diabetes, and you're a little overweight, and you're a little sloppy, sluggish, you've got a quin vector of horribleness coming down the road towards you.
But it is reversible, so don't get depressed about this.
So,
Yes, sir.
this part,
I feel
we
short.
are going to, well, I'm uphill as well, but I have the mic on this side, but you can face me. So this part, how do you naturally decrease the severity of your type 2 diabetes? Slow it. How do you prevent it? Which is always the best choice. So it should be prevention, slowing, stopping, reversing.
Okay.
How?
1, lifestyle changes.
Okay.
2, lifestyle changes.
Okay.
3, lifestyle changes. So first thing you want to do is change your diet. Diet is very important. You want to stop 3 meals or more a day of poisoning your body. You want to put in medicine, and I consider food medicine.
Eggs, bacon for breakfast.
No.
Burger fries for lunch.
No.
Kentucky Fried Chicken for dinner.
No, that's all saturated fat, trans fats that it worsens your diabetes, causes heart disease, which we just talked about is a big side effect of diabetes.
Pizza and ice cream.
Hypertension, everything. So you want to change your palate so that healthy foods taste delicious, which they will after a while.
Changing the palate.
So once you start eating healthy foods, like for me, I didn't eat green things for the first 47 years of my life, 47 years of my life. Couldn't stand anything green, salads, anything like that. I changed my palate because I started eating healthier, and after a month I started craving healthier, and that makes a huge difference.
What happens now when we go out and you get something, say we're at a steakhouse for someone else's function,
Correct.
which we often find ourselves in that situation, and we usually just ask the chef to do a plate of veggies.
I get a big huge salad,
Yeah, big salad,
maybe some potatoes,
no dressing
some
or dressing
veggies
on the
it.
side.
Yeah.
We'll get like a veggie plate. Sometimes they can do a quinoa plate or something for us. What's the problem with that?
So at restaurants, you can find a lot of oil, which is pure fat. You can find a lot of salt, which is not healthy.
Butter on the vegetables.
Yeah, you don't want butter on vegetables. You got to tell them you want no dairy. And so oil,
Butter's dairy?
salt. Yes, butter is dairy.
Why? Because it's made from milk?
It's made from animal products. It's made from stuff. I know. So butter, salt, fat, and sugar. So there'll be a lot of sugar. And once you get to eating healthier, what happens is when you get a meal that has salt and sugar and fat in it, you really taste it, and it doesn't taste good.
Yeah, it's overpowering, isn't it?
It is unbelievable.
People look at us very strangely. If we're at a nice place and we have linen napkins, we often will ask if they have like paper towel or a paper napkin we can have, and they'll look at us like we're insane if we dab the vegetables. But that way you can get a lot of the butter and salt off of it.
But ask for no butter.
Yeah.
Ask for no butter.
And most places are more than happy to actually accommodate you. Now, so lifestyle. Primarily diet.
Primarily diet. Start with the diet first.
Stop the meat, stop the dairy. Well, stop the dairy, then stop the meat.
You were mentioning breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yes.
So here's what you do. For the first week, change your breakfast out. So start having, instead of your scrambled eggs with bacon, go to scrambled tofu with and veggies, or go to a bowl of oatmeal with blueberries and some flaxseed and some cinnamon and nutmeg on it, and maybe some a nut milk, like some almond milk.
Or do the almond milk. And if you're a particular sweet tooth and you hate oatmeal, that would be the ideal time to make the almond milk at home with a date or two, and just blend those in.
Yeah, and then so just switch the breakfasts. So have some healthy, like Ezekiel toast with some avocado. Now I know a lot of people think that they can't have carbohydrates for when you're diabetic, but if you have a huge bowl of fruit That's a complex carbohydrate, and again, is fine for a diabetic. Nobody gets diabetes or insulin resistance by having whole fruits. Then the next week, change your lunch over. So at lunchtime, so you'll have your breakfast the same, the new healthier diet, and then for the next week, have healthier lunches, like have a big, huge salad with lots of veggies and maybe some blueberries in it and some
Mandarins.
And
if you want
lots
some
of
sweet
good stuff.
Cran
Mangoes,
raisins
yeah.
are good.
Try not to have too much dried fruit, but a little bit of dried fruit is fine. Yeah. What you want is high nutrient density, low calorie.
Yeah.
So you want the most nutrient dense foods with the lowest calories, which will keep the fat away and keep you with bathing your body in phytonutrients and good healthy stuff.
So if your salad would take, let's just say 20 bites, you should maybe hope for maybe 10 bites of that with a cran raisin in. That's how small an amount you want. Like every other bite, you're like, ooh, raisin.
In the summertime, you can have gazpacho. In the winter time, you can have some bean soups.
How much do you like gazpacho, darling?
I don't like it myself, but I'll eat it.
I don't like it either.
But beans and lentils are a great way to help treat diabetes because they have a second meal effect. So they decrease the absorption of sugar and fats in the first meal, but they actually stay in your system and decrease it later. So lentils have hummus with veggies, have peas, have all kinds of good, healthy greens and beans.
I really like that edamame mung bean pasta that we get.
Yeah.
We get that from Thrive Market, I believe.
Yeah, or from Amazon, or you can find it at local grocery store.
That's the best substitute I've come across that has the texture of proper al dente pasta and a slightly chewiness to it, but not crunchy or crispy.
That's another thing. You want to make sure that you take out your white things. So no white flours, no white rice, no white pasta. Because it has a high glycemic index, so you're going to sit there and eat it, and it'll quickly absorb, and then you'll get an insulin spike, and that's not healthy. So,
is that what high glycemic means? Absorbs quickly into the bloodstream?
Yeah, you don't want a huge glycemic load or high glycemic index. You want a low.
I know what it means. I'm just they may not.
So glycemic is sugary stuff. So you want to change your grains over from white rice to either brown rice or wild rice or red rice, and from white pastas to whole grain pastas. And same thing with breads. If you're going to have a bread, Wonder Bread is not healthy, whereas Dave's Killer Bread is a good option, but
Ezekiel's
even better is Ezekiel bread.
Yep.
So you can have a sandwich, and instead of putting on, bacon, lettuce, and tomato, put lettuce, tomato, and hummus, or lettuce, tomato, and avocado.
It's fine for breakfast, actually.
Nice.
With some homemade dressing.
And then the third week, start adding some healthier desserts. So dinners. So dinners would be, keep the healthy breakfast, then the healthy lunch. Now add the healthy dinner, and a healthy dinner would be, say, if you like
giant salad.
A huge salad. Salads are great. So salads 2 times a day with your lunch and dinner is great.
Sounds weird, but if you have a hearty chopped salad,
that's great.
You're not going to bed hungry, but
No.
you won't go to bed stuffed to the gills either.
Right. And so I would definitely do that. If you like, say,
Stir fries.
Stir fries, make it a veggie stir fry and you don't need oil to make your stir fries.
Low sodium, no sodium, veggie broth.
No sodium.
Works great.
Yep. Then you could have, instead of 3-bean casserole or something, instead of a meat casserole or chili, just have a lentil casserole.
Yeah, or throw some beans in there.
Yeah, or if you're going to have spaghetti, have a whole wheat pasta with lentils and lots of veggies in your tomato sauce and put it on top.
Now you can transition to this. There's an awful lot of products out there. The Beyond Meat movement is huge here in the US at the moment. We're so excited to hear how they're not being able to fill those orders because they're out of it already because so many people are doing it. I believe KFC now have a veggie/vegan option. I think McDonald's do.
Yeah,
I think Burger King.
It's better.
They're not ideal though.
Yeah,
There's so many ingredients in
transition.
there. And you're eating the stuff you should be eating, but there's also a lot of stuff in there to help preserve that,
So
which you don't want.
we're talking about whole food, plant-based. So a lot of people talk about being vegan. Well, yeah, you're getting rid of a lot of crap vegan, but you can also have Oreos or sodas vegan. And if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, get rid of the processed foods. So no sodas. Get rid of the sodas. No, no processed low-fat cookies and things like that.
It's all.
And so the meat substitutes are healthier, but they're not quite healthy. So as you're moving towards healthy, they're fine to start, but make sure that's a transition until you get over to the healthy stuff.
Thank you very
Enjoy.
much.
Come check us out at dokslifestylemedicine.com so you can find out more. We're happy to answer any questions.
Yep, we're very happy to work with you. Any of our services, pretty much you can break down as a single service. You don't have to do the full 10-week package. But then we also have an awful lot of free information. These videos will go out onto our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. So yeah, and if you have any questions, we're happy to ask and even happy to meet.
And exercise.